We only get to hear about teenage mothers anytime we have statistics being read about the level of teenage pregnancy, or anytime we have our national exams. My name is Patricia Njeri, founder and director of Birth and Beyond, which is a program that is focused on teenage mothers. My organization focuses on teenage mothers. Actually, our rallying call is empowering teenage mothers, and our vision is a world where teenage mothers thrive and reach their optimum potential. And our mission or our daily activity involves partnering with communities to create safe spaces for teenage mothers. The reason why I started Birth and Beyond was because I was a teenage mother at the age of 19. And I felt that having gone through the journey as a young mother, I felt that it was important for me to be able to give back to that cadre of young mothers, because the world of a teenage mother is a very lonely world. And what normally I say is that it's not every day for a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old to be giving birth. So for me, I felt, having gone through that and known what it means to actually be a teenage mother, I decided that I want to support that particular cadre of, category of young mothers. We work around, Birth and Beyond works around 4 key pillars. One is recruitment, where we keep a database of young mothers who have come through our program. 2 is that we are big on psychosocial counseling, because as I said, it's not every day that a young mother or a young girl aged 12, 13, 14, 15, gives birth and it's talking and is focusing on breastfeeding and other issues that relate to motherhood. So we really are big on psychosocial counseling. We also do a lot of mentorship. We have partnered with quite a number of professionals in various aspects who come to mentor our young mothers. The other thing is that we're also big on education, and we have quite a number of girls who've gone back to school and equally done vocational training. And also we offer something we call a dignity kit. We have a product that we've actually be able to tailor make to the needs of a young mother. And I know that the normal dignity kit that we have normally contains sanitary items for a young girl, but our dignity kit contains sanitary items both for the young girl and also for the baby. So we've included diapers, we've included baby items, so that at least the young girl may be able to take care of her child. And all these we are able to achieve through partnerships of various organizations and also individuals here and there. Of course, the direct beneficiaries are the young mothers themselves, because for one, when you find a young girl who's giving birth, she's normally really in such a low point. So for her, most of the time you find some of those girls are not able to know that they can actually, or they have lost even their vision or their will even to live. So you find that for us, being able even just to do the normal psychosocial counseling, that young girl benefits from just being able to rediscover herself and rediscover her will to live. And by getting pregnant at an early age, you find that most of those girls, they lose their self-esteem. So what happens is that through the psychosocial counseling, those girls are able to just rediscover themselves. The other biggest beneficiary of our work, of course, is their children. And you find like some of the girls who've gone back to school and a few of the others who've gone for vocational training, you find that they are now able to make ends meet. And you find that now they are actually able to take care of their children and, just give their lives some sort of dignity in terms of existence. The other people who are able to benefit from our work, of course, is the immediate family. Because for now, they feel at that point where their young girls had gotten pregnant, they had lost hope. They had lost hope or direction for their children. So once they're able to go back online, they know now at least this girl can also be able to, to support their families. And we found girls who've gone back to school and actually come back to support their, their families. Of course, the society is also a beneficiary, because now we're able to pull this girl out from a space where she could have gotten in so many ills in the society. So the society is a direct beneficiary, and also the government, and of course even the world, because this girl is actually be able to contribute into building the economy and building the world, and bring up a healthy family and become a more positive individual within the society. Currently, recently, there has been a lot of children who finished Form 4, and we have so many people who offer scholarships. And during the recent times when people are looking for scholarships for Form 1 and to the next level, we have never had a case where people are interested in giving teenage mothers a chance to actually, for sponsorship. And this time we had organizations, who are coming up and saying that we would want actually to sponsor a teenage mother. Like the mainstream, I'm talking about the mainstream scholarship programs that we know. And for me, that means that at least the world is, has sat down and now is taking interest in the fact that there is a teenage mother population out there, and there is a teenage mother who can actually be able to make ends meet by being given that spot for sponsorship. So for me, that's just awareness that this is a category of people we can be able to actually invest in. That for me is one of the biggest highlights. The other thing is that as an organization, we've been able to touch quite a number of girls. So far, we distributed almost 1,500 diapers and sanitary pads and also clothes. And what I want to say is that for us, that also has really been a big thing, because getting diapers for a young mother is really such a big thing, because most of them are not earning, so to say. So that also has been a case highlight for us. We also have a few young mothers who've gone for vocational training. And case in point, I want to talk about one particular girl who is called Joanne. And Joanne came to us when she was around 16 years old. She had gotten pregnant with one child. And by the time she was coming to us, she was really lost. She did not know where to go. And through counseling and psychosocial help and mentorship, right now Joanne is finishing a catering course in one of the vocational training within our area. And this has really given her a lot of positivity in life. And right now she's able to support her family. And she's seeing quite a bigger future out there. We've also been having her working in various gigs out there, during the weekends for catering events. And the kind of a person I look at her, having been with us for the last 2 or 3 years, I see a totally different person. And that is just one of the many girls who've gone through our hands. And all that is also on our social media pages. And there are a lot of love, and winning stories out there that you can be able to look at. For us, one of the most challenging things during this period has been because of the reduced resources. Implementing programs has been one of the most challenging thing because of lack of resources. And sometimes you find that we've not been able to do many of the things we would have wanted to do. However, what I normally say is that in social work, we want to implement programs with a zero budget. So for us, what we've done, our mission is partnering with communities to create safe spaces for teenage mothers. What that has meant is that we've relied on existing structures to be able to give back or to be able to continue implementing our programs. What that means is that, for example, if we want to do counseling, we have quite a number of organizations that are always willing to give back to us in terms of CSR, and that is exactly what we have done. If, for example, typical event we want to do a mentorship session, one, we rely on a structure like probably if there is a church or any other hall that is existing in the community, that is what we use. From there, if we are doing, say, for example, a medical camp, or we want a counselor to come on board, we have churches, we have other organizations that normally come on board to be able to come and do counseling for our girls. And you find that there are always people who are willing either to give sanitary pads or diapers or anything else that we may require to be able to run our programs. So for me, I've been able to still continue being consistent in terms of doing what exactly we are required to do and implement my programs with a very minimal, probably what we'll call a shoestring budget. So for us during this period, it's always been about how will a teenage mother benefit. So all our programs, all our efforts have been akin to saying that how can we keep the teenage mother up and running, focused on a future, and how can we contribute in creating safe spaces for teenage mothers. So yes, we are consistent in terms of our programs, and we are seeing that for us partnerships have really worked, and that is the only way we've been able to ensure consistency and working from one teenage mother to the other, so far to the over 1,000 girls, young girls we have been able to reach currently. Birth and Beyond benchmarks against an organization called Women Center for Jamaica Foundation, which operates one-stop shop centers for teenage mothers. So for us as a program, we envision ourselves in the next 5 years, we would have created several one-stop shop centers for all matters teenage mothers. And for us, it's about a physical safe space where a young mother can can get even something as simple as a hug, you know, the basic tenets of humanity, that she can be able to get that. But other than that, in that one-stop shop, we'll be able to offer health solutions, we'll be able to offer education solutions, we'll be able to offer counseling, we'll be able to reach out to the community and be able to say, yes, we can be able to win if we give our young mothers safe spaces for them to be able to, you know, to be able to face life. So in the next 5 years, we would have opened at least quite a number of one-stop shop centers for all matters teenage mothers. Every day in developing countries, 20,000 girls give birth. So at the close of business today, 20,000 girls would have given birth. What does that mean? That in a year, 7.2 million children will have been brought forth. So that will mean that I will be connected to a platform that will give a mention to young mothers, and it will be able to attach us to important corporates and important and governments all over the world who are able to recognize that we actually need to give a space to young mothers to be able to thrive and reach their optimum potential by creating the right structures and safe spaces for them. Our mission is partnering with communities to create safe spaces for teenage mothers. And anytime we're able to address communities, anytime I am able to talk to people, either on Zoom, in churches, in any other forum, what the plight of a young mother is brought forth. And that informs the society that other than perpetuating stigma and shame associated with teenage mothers, what they need to do is embrace teenage mothers by giving them a second chance. And you find that in our societies or in several corners out there, anytime you hear a young girl has given birth, sometimes you hear the only thing that normally happens in our community circles is gossip and, you know, being able to shame her and all that, instead of giving her a helping hand. So anytime I am able to talk to communities and for them just to be able to change their perception and to realize that they are the ones who are supposed to offer a safe space, and that the life of this young mother, by the fact that she's given birth, has not come to an end, and that she still has potential, one, to contribute to her family, and two, to contribute to the community. For me, that answers to the International Women's Day theme of embrace equity. So every day as we go out there, we are aware that our teenage mothers are the relegated youth, so to say. They have been relegated to their own designs. And anytime you're able to change the perception of the community towards creating structures that are important for young mothers, that for me is about just lifting them up and being able to give them a platform where they can be able to act on an equal platform. So for us, it's about just putting the word out there that we need to create safe spaces for young mothers, and for us as a society, just being able to embrace young mothers and to be able to give them what they require to be able to reach their optimum potential.